Hello everybody, welcome back. Let's have a look at some of these coins, look at Bitcoin and look at XRP on this video. So first of all, I just wanted to say that a lot of people are thinking that we might dump before we hit 30,000. I'm not really entirely sure that that's the case. There's nothing on this chart to say that we're ready for a massive dump. However, there are some telltale signs that if we do go up a little bit higher than this, maybe to 31 or 32, then the bears will certainly have a very strong position at that point and probably stack quite a hefty amount of shorts. There'll be a lot of selling pressure going on, and then at that point there might be the consolidation that we've been looking for, or maybe even just a dump that we've been looking for. Hopefully not the crash though. So if we look at blockchain whispers, it gives us an idea of where the money is at the moment, and it's actually increasing a lot. So I would very much in favour of the bulls at this point. I think 30,000 is definitely going to get taken out, and I think we'll probably have enough momentum to push it even higher than that. 31, 32. Maybe 35, but at that point it will be certainly very overextended, and the bears will take control at that point, I would imagine, and maybe even for a prolonged period of time. So if that were to take place, we would see one of those big breakout situations here. Maybe like I say, reaching up to around about 32 or beyond, and then coming back down to test these exponentials. So 28, 27, 25. Those kind of areas will be areas of significance, maybe for buybacks, but also for closing shorts. What does this mean for XRP? So XRP is doing its own little thing here, and not looking too great, I have to say. So there's no point in zooming out to that extent. Let's have a look a bit closer here. So we can see that we've been rejected now on this pump here, which is a nice pump. We've been rejected on the 7 simple moving average, the first line of resistance being basically hit and rejected from, and also below this simple red line here, which was support and is now also resistance, which means that in my opinion we're going to come back down into this blue box zone, which is the previous reaccumulation zone from when we broke out of our consolidation all the way back here, reaccumulation within here, and I think this is where we're destined to become back into this zone, with or without good or bad news. It doesn't really matter to me anymore. There is very little you can do to trade this chart other than the supports and resistances and moving averages. There's not a great deal, and everything's bearish on it. Everything's turning down steeply, which means that this could push price down steeply. So, for those who are wanting to trade XRP, it's very dangerous at the moment. You want to trade a chart which is bullish unless you're shorting. If you're trading XRP, it's not bullish at the moment. Every moving average is facing down dramatically. We've got turned down MACD, RSI, money flow index, and the 4 hourly looks like it wants to turn down shortly as well. And the only thing in its defense is that on the 4 hourly we have maintained for just over a day now, been above the center of the Bollinger Band, or the 20 moving average, and it looks like that wants to be support. But if this is something to be played, this is basically a very small trading range. As you can see, the big red cloud is kicking in. We had our negative cross all the way from back here. This was your sell signal. We've not had an opposing buy signal as yet, or have we actually? We do have a buy signal here. So this is only on a 4 hourly, so let's not get too excited, but that is interesting. But either way, this is your support, this is your resistance. For a coin like XRP, where you've got an enormous amount to lose, you've got a 7.5% trading range there, which isn't much. And if we were to break down from this level, which is not unlikely, as a 21% drop, and possibly even more if you consider the fact that there are going to be wicks in there. Now, the bottom of this trading range is all the way down at 17.5, but if we were to go up to the top of this Bollinger Band, it's around about 20 cent, and people like to think in flat figures. There's a lot of people who trade who have a psychological figure, like what we're looking at with Bitcoin, 30,000. It's a psychological figure. There's no reason technically why 30,000 should be anything. There's no real reason why 20 cent should be anything with XRP. apart from the fact that we like to count in tens, because we used to be cavemen, and when we started to count we had 10 fingers. The best way to count is in 12s. There's no leftover numbers, everybody knows that, but we still count in tens because we've got 10 hands. So we like round numbers, and that is a round number, and that's likely to find some form of a bounce around 20 cent, but it's not actually a support zone, so I wouldn't really count it for much. If we come down to test 20 cent, we'll probably come back down to test lower, probably down into the teens again. So I'm not really bullish on this one for the moment. I don't really see any reason to be particularly bullish on it, not when you see a chart that looks like this. This was a fantastic bounce, but that's all it was. The continuation looks like it's curling over at the moment, and if we lose this area here of around about 22.5 or just below, we'll call it 22. If we start closing below 22 cent on a 4-hourly, then I would imagine that we will come back down to test these lower levels. You know, it's not over, definitely not, but it's not looking good. I'd rather trade a chart that looks good than trade a chart that you're looking for a bounce that may not actually happen. So it's as simple as that, really. But if you want to go for it, then go for it. Just to let you know, I do have a referral link for Binance. Basically, this one, if you were to set up a Binance account, or a new one if you've already got it, this will give you 20% off all your trading fees for life. So you can set up a second Binance account, or a third, or a fourth. I've got 3. Only one of them's verified with my ID for buying and selling in fiat currency. The rest is basically set up with an email address and a Google Auth code, and they're the ones I use because I prefer to save money than to waste it. So I'll leave that with you. If you want to use that, this is the code. The description has also got the code in the video. So yeah, I hope you have a nice day and good luck with your trades. Take it easy, play safe, and join my Telegram and subscribe to this channel. It'll be very much appreciated. Thanks for watching. Take it easy.